folks, this is Acidic Roots. It's time for Year 5 finale. So I do these typically every summer in late June, and Year 6 of Acidic Roots starts July 1st, but I wanted to kind of cap off Year 5 just because, you know, obviously this past year, I do this every year, but this is the finale this time. It was a little bit different from it actually being in vlog format, but I wanted to try something new, so here we go. You get to watch the colorful game F-Zero, Captain Falcon being an ass clown and stuff. This is the way it is, so Mute City. But yeah, so July of 2019, basically as I recap this whole year, July of 2019, and particularly the summer of 2019, just had a lot of drifting. Cobalt and I would drive around, going to Taco Bell, Walmart in the late night hours, just stuff like that, getting food, drinking Sprite, playing Final Fantasy. So that was, you know, it was just crunchiness, real low-key kind of stuff, kind of getting used to the neighborhood you know, more used to the neighborhood and just evaluating things better. It was a little bit different from Year 4. I mean, Year 4 wasn't quite as much like that. It just had, I definitely went around in the summer of 2018, but it just felt more nighttime based that time. You know, I was more aware of like the surroundings and my mood constantly, so I just was able to say, hey, you know, this is when I want to go out versus, you know, so I was damned to just being only able to drink Sprite, ginger ale and stuff, but it felt good to get Taco Bell and go to gas stations and shit like that, you know. So we did that. Cobalt had played a large role in driving around and getting funnier and stuff. And then also the PlayStation Classic had a lot to do with it, and that was kind of, I received that in late 2018, but I started messing with it a lot more in the summer of 2019. I really liked Tekken, really like Final Fantasy VII, things like that. Just kind of messing with those kind of games. I mean, it leaves a lot to be desired, but it has enough charm to where I can kind of have an affinity for it. So that was some of the July stuff. But then August was basically more drifting and stuff, just a continuation of that attitude from June and July of 2019. The Taco Bell, the Cobalt appearances, just kind of cracking jokes around the house in the neighborhood, shit like that. We did do the Cheetos montage, which was the last of the montages I did with Frenchie and kind of in some cases Jackal Gold Kick. I mean, it wasn't the last of the montages, but considering the ones that I had done since September of 2018, it was kind of the way that was. So I had done basically a montage just about every month from September of 2018 to August of 2019. And then I just took a break, kind of because Cobalt went to college, and I was just running out of resources, so we just kind of, it was just getting more difficult. Cobalt did go to college that month, and he kind of had like a desire to see what college was like, so it meant less appearances. And Frenchie was on the verge of moving out. I was kind of watching the game Blackthorn a lot more, and so I kind of felt like that was fun. Just me staying up late doing. I messed with boomerangs a lot back then. I would throw up some of those on Instagram and in some cases YouTube, just depending upon what happened. I did some stuff with Blackthorn, just late nights of drinking ginger ale and shit like that. But so it was fun. I like doing the Cheetos montage and some of the summer videos and shit. September was kind of a dark month. I kind of hated September of 2019, just like I hated October of 2019. Just because, you know, with Cobalt in college, I was having to readjust my template, and Gary Nitro started to make more appearances, but just between the two of us, it just was not that much to really sit there and do, so I had enough videos with Cobalt to kind of last through September, but after that month it kind of started to be where it was just mostly in cameo format. So I just dealt with, you know, me becoming more of an aloof personality and more stoic. And, you know, Frenchie moved out that month, and I did like October's Eve, but I didn't quite make it to October's Eve before I wound up hurting myself. So because of what happened in late 2018 with that Monster and then the Super Soda, I wasn't able to drink alcohol anymore. But I didn't know that just because I had had a 40 ounce in October of 2018, and it didn't screw me up that much. But I take medications now, and the alcohol didn't go well with that, so that really fucked me up for between like mid-late September all the way to Halloween. And it really, I hated things so badly at that time, but I can't drink alcohol anymore, and that was just a tough pill to swallow considering I was, just the ripe age of 30 to say when you're 43, 55, 61, you're not going to be able to ever drink alcohol again. So, but Cobalt went to college, and I did do the October's Eve video, which was kind of a miniature party. And I'm gonna do, that's gonna be a continuance on the channel. I'm definitely gonna look into doing that more. So, but October, yeah, that was the month. That was one of my least favorite months, just in a lot of variations. I was trying to come up with creative things just because that was where I was starting to not have Cobalt and Frenchie around, and it was just mostly me by myself, things like that, so I was starting to kind of do that sort of thing. I did note that Cobalt and his college, which is we refer to as Halloween Town, I kind of started to notice halfway through to just kind of do some videos there. So, we'll just take it to his college and see some of that stuff. So there was a series of Halloween Town videos, and I liked those. It was just being an ass clown and that sort of stuff. Cobalt being in college and doing that sort of thing, his life. I wish, reflecting on it, I kind of wish I would have gotten more cameos from him, just kind of showing him like walking to class and maybe talking with some of his friends and stuff, and maybe his roommate, but just didn't get around to it. It was kind of short-lived, but we kind of had to think on the fly, so time passed quicker than I would have thought. So, but the jokes kind of got sharper. That was where I made like the Senor Dickhead video and the Whitey Tidies videos in October of 2019. But I had to go to the doctor and the cardiologist in October of 2019, and that was Halloween. I hated Halloween so badly because that was the day I went there. I had to get a heart test. Wasn't fun. But so November, obviously I enjoyed that month better. Fucked around and did the Whitey Tidies video, which is now in like my top 10 of best videos I've done, and it's gotten a profound amount of views. I wasn't expecting that to be a success. I was just kind of being a smart ass in that one, and it worked to my favor. Cobalt started making more cameos. We started to work things out. He had more free time, and this was able to do more things. I did the Meanwhile at the Movies videos, and Jackal Goldkick came back into the fray. And I did have some tricks up my sleeve between Gary, Jackal Goldkick, and Cobalt, so I had more affinities just to be able to do some things. And my brain really started to kind of shift into high gear during that time. I kind of got like a second wind of this stuff. I was in a better place in November than I was in September and October and even August. So I started to kind of evaluate that, get some crunchier videos done, just have some fun with it. Plus, it was kind of fun around Thanksgiving. I felt like I really did hit a stride. But December, we tried doing some holiday videos and just having a more winter fanfare, happy holidays, that sort of stuff. I did a peen video talking about happy holidays, and I did some, Halloween Town wish you guys a happy holidays, and, that was when I was starting to play guitar and acoustic guitar and stuff. We did a Grand Theft Auto themed video. Miscellaneous montage is one of the ones I liked. That was like a collection of stuff that I had done since I was 28, since the summer of 2018 and stuff, so that was like a year and a half in the making, but that was a fun one to make. I really liked quite a few of the videos I did in December of 2019, but that also wrapped up the entire decade, the 2010s in general, so I was only there for half of the decade, but it was still fun to do. You know, a lot of different themes. I remember like there was like some awards where Taylor Swift became like the artist of the decade. Drake was fairly close on top of that. So it was just kind of, I mean, this was one of the last months before coronavirus started becoming like a primary component of the news.